Good evening, everybody. This evening, it's Gavin Bass one, and I'm on with the Chicane Racing League's Joker evening. Just checking my microphones. I'm at home at the moment, actually. Hey, Rock Robs. I'm at home actually, so I'm now streaming in the highest resolution on the highest. All the settings in the internet are just perfect tonight, so I think the quality of the stream is going to be really, really good. I'm all on my own tonight, so I just thought I'd jump on and do a little stream for you and enjoy this Joker race tonight in Austin, Texas. This is Chicane Racing League. This is Thursday night, and it's a short quali with 20 laps. So let's see how it goes. Connor, I have no idea. I'll change it afterwards. Don't know what's wrong with it, buddy. Um, don't even know how to change it during the race. Doesn't matter. Sure, we'll change it afterwards. Anyway, tonight we've got Chicane in the Racing Bull. We've got G-Man in the Aston Martin. We've got F. Connor, CRL Joker. That's what I... Ah, right, you're a funny fucker the night. You're the CRL Joker. I thought you meant my name Gavin was the name of the title. There's me looking stupid there. F1 Connor in the kick. Pounder Ranger. He is in the Haas, and Rock Robs is in the Mercedes. Smithy's in the Aston, and DVA is in the Racing Bull. Christo is in the the McLaren, and Cafe is also in the McLaren. So they're out on their out laps at the moment, and I'll just start to get things into place. This was a wee bit of a last minute thing. I had a couple of phone calls to make. But we're all up and running. As I say, all the graphics are turned up full. The internet is absolutely flying, and I hope we will have a flawless evening and a really, really good quality graphics on the stream tonight. Just love that McLaren livery. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? On McCarthy. Cheers, bud. You have a good race. Okay, so tonight we're in Austin, Texas. It's a track of 5.5 kilometers long, 2 DRS zones on the main straight and on the back straight. So that's turn 20 into T1 and then turn 11 into turn 12. The longest section is 1,090 meters long, and that's the back straight. There's an 11% gradient of the hill. What else have I got on it? Yeah, safety car probability is very low, and it will be quite low tonight, 14%. The pit stop lost time is about 20.3 seconds. This is a Joker race, as the lads call it, and that means that they have to do at least one lap on a set of wet tyres. So you're going to be looking for the blue compound tyres after they do their quali. As you can see there, Rock Robs is actually out on a set of wet tyres at the moment. So he's just doing a quali lap for a bit of fun on a set of wets. But he will not qualify on those wets. He will definitely go in and change those on to softs. So we're on McAfee. Slamming into the left-hander he goes. And this is the DRS straight here, so he'll activate that just about now. Yep, right now there's the light. Let's see what his top speed is going down here. As he approaches 198, 99, just touches 200 miles per hour before he just swings it right into that left-hander, then into an immediate right-hander. Needs to watch his pace here, and then he will go into a flowing section, banging the brakes on here for the left, and then he is going to go through a little squirrely section here before he finishes the lap. Smithy puts in a 133.750, Pounder a 134.120, Chicane a 135.1, and Rock Robs a 144.013. And we're just going to see G-Man a 133.6. So just looking at this one, a 133.8 for Cafe. So that's Garmin, or G-Man, F1, Smithy, Lovely Calf, Pounder Ranger, and Chicane Rock Robs all there at the moment in the top 6. So I'm going to ride on board with Connor. He is the Monday Night League leader at the moment. He is probably the fastest guy in the league. But he's going to go out in this kick tonight, and he's going to set a lap in earnest just about now, I would say. So we're going to ride on board with him. Up at the top of the hill he goes, into the right-hander. He's got somebody right in front of him, so he's going to get a nice little tow at some stage here. I must say this F1 25 game's really good. Those corners were much more difficult in the 24 game. Always used to lose a lot of traction and got very squirrely round there. So into the left-hander, he's going to get a beautiful tow here by the car in front. This is really going to help his lap time. So the timing of this lap from Connor was brilliant, and he's just going to get that tow. He's making the best of it, and he's just going to completely whack. Oh no, there it is. Pulls over. So he actually helped him get a tow there, and that is really going to benefit Connor on this lap. Let's see what he can do. I have a feeling this is going to be a 133.1. That's my guess. 133.1 is Gavin's guesstimate tonight in this kick. Connor driving. Into the final left-hander he goes over the line, and it's a 33.7. No, I got it wrong, but it's still good enough to give him P2. He's in the slowest car this evening, so that's a pretty good lap. Absolutely nothing wrong with that lap. On the Pounder. Looks like Crystal's out of fuel. I'm going to be toing and froing a bit tonight, guys. I have a couple of phone calls, one that I'm very much waiting on, and one that I need to make. I'm going to try and get that all done during quali. Forgot to put a setup on. Chicane, oh god. Do you want to restart? Or is Park Fermi on? Does that mean that you can't? Can you change it now that we've started? If not, I have no problem with you starting. I'm sure the guys wouldn't. All right, buddy. No problem at all. Good luck. That's an unfortunate one for you, I must say. Pretty good rule, to be honest with you, because everybody's got their own time limits and stuff like that. So if somebody makes a mistake, you just have to suck it up. Be interesting to see how you do with no setup. That's a nice wee challenge for you tonight. You might be better getting that first lap on the wet tire done. Anyway, I was just saying there, I'm coming and going a wee bit tonight because I've got a couple of phone calls to make. So I'm just going to, I'll make sure I cover the race for you guys, but I'll just be offline a wee bit here. But I'll just keep it running here on broadcast mode. And anybody watching then can keep an eye on the lap times just up in the top left-hand side. Apologies for that, but life goes on in the background. I'll be back very shortly. So, as promised, I'm back for the race. Sorry about that, guys. Couple of phone calls to make. There's your standings. Connor, Cafe, Pounder, Smithy, G-Man, DVA, Rock Robs, Chicane, and Christo in number 9. I think everybody in the league should put a little post up wishing and congratulating Chicane, the league owner, in his phenomenal rookie mistake this evening, and he forgot to put a setup on. So poor Chicane, excuse me, is running this race on a default setup. That's an interesting one. But anyway, we're on the start and finish grid now. The quali's over and the race is very shortly going to start. We're in Austin, Texas tonight. I'm Gavin Bass 1. Well done, Chicane, says Connor. I was just wondering how long it would take Connor to come on with one of his smart comments. I must say I'm fond of this lad, Connor. He keeps me on my toes. Called me an old man and he called me slow. Honestly, I've been getting sort of counselling since that. But anyway, we are in Austin, Texas. We have sunshine, and this is Chicane Racing League on a Thursday night, and it's what they call a Joker race. That means just that anybody who's watching or then decides to watch the stream back, they have to run at least one lap on a set of blue full wet tyres. Chicane Racing is saying P1 incoming for me. Don't know about that. But off we go. We're waiting on the 5 reds and we're off. And we're just going to get everybody up here and get the telemetries all set and get everything rolling. Somebody didn't get away on the... somebody's on the... it looks like G-Man didn't get away. Don't know what happened there, but Connor's in the lead. Caffey's right up beside him, so those two are battling to start with, and we've got a nice clean start here in Austin, Texas. Disqualified, park in a dangerous location. So G-Man is now out of the race, and we've got an 8-car race this evening in Austin, Texas. So let's just see how this goes. This could end up pretty horrible, but it was my choice to do commentary tonight. The guys didn't put me under any pressure, in fact, none whatsoever. In fact, even going further than that, they always say, look, Thursday nights, don't worry about it whatsoever. But I was sitting in the house tonight, nothing much on, and I thought, yeah, let's do this. Could be a bit of fun. Let's see if Cafe can make the move. Very close to Connor there. Yes, he seems to make it work. Let's see them round this left-hander. And it looks like the McLaren just got the advantage there, but Cafe took it back. Connor has taken it back, and that Aston Martin of Smithy is sitting right in there in third, with Pounder, Ranger, Love, DVA and Chicane all right in there. Christo's right at the back now, and he is in the McLaren. So my commentary tonight is not as good as it usually will be, because I have a couple of distractions going on here, and I'm trying to watch my phone and I'm trying to watch the race at the same time. But at least, lads, you've got something to watch back. And Connor leads the race now, and Cafe is second. All very much close together. I was just noticing in the qualifying times there was only about a second between first and last. So a pretty tight bunch of drivers here. And this could just be a very close race. 3-second penalty for DVA. He's the first man to put the penalties up. So Smithy has gone into the pits, and I'm just going to look at these tyre details. In fact, I'm going to keep those tyre details up. Smithy has decided to put his wets on and go for his wet lap. So this is the Joker element of this race. They've got to do one lap on those wet tyres. That's quite good fun. In fact, I'm quite interested to see exactly how that all goes. Probably best getting it out of the way nice and early. But as you can see, at the top, Lovely Cap has now taken the lead again, and he is battling with Connor and also Pounder, Ranger, and the other two lads behind that, Chicane and DVA, are all right at it. So right now we have got Cafe leading the race on those soft tyres, with Connor one in the medium compounds right behind him. There's your possible strategies, but they don't really matter tonight. The guys have got the put the set of wet tyres on no matter what. So strategies are out the window to a certain degree. Coffey gets the fastest lap of the race at 1:36.990. So he's setting the stall out quite early, and he is giving Connor a good old race here. And Connor in P2 is going to get him on the DRS zone down the straight here, I would say. He wants to try and do it beforehand, but he's going to cause a little accident. In fact, he's just done that. Just a little bit too keen there was young Connor, and he should know better than that. Lovely big DRS straight, just a few corners away, and Connor decided to try and make the move around this squirrely S fence, and he paid the price for it, and he's got himself into P6. He'll not mind that, because he's now set himself a nice little challenge to try and get back out into those first positions in the grid. Here we come. Looks like Pounder Ranger takes the inside line there. That McLaren's not giving up. Let's see what the McLaren has. He's on the outside. They're both going round this right-hander side by side and giving each other lots of room. And it's working out okay. There's no carnage whatsoever here. This is just good, close, sensible racing. And definitely Pounder has definitely come out the best out of that little squibble there. Chicane is going to have to try and get something really pulled out of the bag now, because it's now very evident he's off the pace at 1.8 seconds behind, and Rock Robs is he's going to want to get past Chicane. Will he make the move on the straight? He's got the DRS here, so he wants to just try and get as tight to that box as he can. I think he's going to make the move. Going to go out to the inside, and there he goes. He makes that pass very nicely, and he just passes Chicane there in the Racing Bull, and he's now going to chase down Coffey and Pounder and try and get himself into a DRS train for the top three. Just going to jump on board with Connor after that mistake that he made. He has now got himself onto the back of these two guys, and that is Chicane and Rock Robs. So he's going to want to make a move fairly soon. Looks like Coffey's gone into the pits. Let's just see what tyres he goes on to. Is he going to put those wets on? Yes, he is. He's going to get them out of the road and get it done. So it'll be nice to see all the guys just getting those wet compound tyres sorted out and then get a race in earnest. Because these tyres are seriously slow, and they're certainly not suited to the dry weather. Christo gets a 3-second penalty, and he has got a warning for that. So DBA has done a stint on the wet tyres. He's done his one lap, and he's now coming in. And he's going to set on a set of hard tyres, and he's going to make them last for the rest of the race. Thought that's what would happen. Almost Chicane. Despite having no setup, Chicane's hanging in there quite well. But still, guys, you need to give him a really hard time. Imagine forgetting to put your setup on. Oh my goodness, Chicane. That is one rookie mistake you made tonight, and I'm sure the guys will be all over you like a rash, and you'll be getting a little bit of banter. Big separation going on now. Big separation, and I'm going to go on with the 8th position, and that is DVA, and he is now chasing down Smithy in the Aston Martin. So let's see how DVA gets on here. He seems to have quite a lot of pace. And round the left-hander he goes into this lovely little right-hander. A testing little corner it is too. This Aston Martin looks pretty defenseless to me. I don't think he's going to be able to hold off the pace of DVA here in this Racing Bull. And I think this is an inevitable move going to be made on the start-finish line here. So up the hill they'll go, and this Racing Bull will definitely try to make the move and get himself into P7. Although the Aston's doing very, very well, Smithy is not letting him get away, get too close, and he held that off really, really well there. Connor's in P3. Lap 7 of lap 20. Again, guys, apologies for the slight lack of commentary tonight. Something else going on, and I'm trying to do about 3 or 4 different things at once here. So I'll try and cover it as best as I can, but I know none of you guys will take any offence at this because, you know the form, life gets in the way and you've got to look after life before racing. But Connor is definitely trying here in P3. Slowly but surely, he is tracking down Rock Robs in the Mercedes. Let's have a look at stops. Smithy's had 2 stops, DVA's had 2 stops, Caffey's had 2 stops, and Christo has had 1 stop. So these top 4 guys at the moment, that's Pounder, Ranger, Rock Robs, F1 Connor and Chicane, all need to make that stop. Unfortunately, G-Man didn't get off the starting grid for some reason, probably had some sort of a glitch, and then he was kicked from the race. Let's have a look, see what Smithy's at. Nicely round those swirly S-bends there. You get that first bend wrong, you get every one of them wrong, but just look how he gained a bit of time there, and he's now got himself on the back of the Visa Cash App, and he's made the move, and he's going to take it into this right-hander. Into the inside he goes, and that Aston Martin of Smithy makes a beautiful move, but he's going to be vulnerable, and let's see what DVA's got to say about that. And he's going to say, no, you're not going to take me on those corners. I'm going to take you in the straight, or is he? Oh, you can see the difference in pace here. That Aston Martin of Smithy really, really seriously held him off there, and that was a brilliant bit of defending. He used a fair bit of his battery doing that, by the looks of it. But right now, DVA has got 65% of battery, and he is tailing the Aston Martin, and he's just being patient. Three of them having a nice little race here. At least we've got a couple of battles going on. I thought for a minute there's going to be total separation, and it was going to be a bit of a boring show. But right now, we've got a nice little battle, and we're just going to stay on with these three and see exactly how they do. Smithy's doing his best to try and hold off DVA and Cafe. So that is the Aston versus the Racing Bull versus the McLaren. Christo gets another penalty. So let's have a look at those penalty situations. 6 for Christo and 9 for Cafe, or for DVA. So DVA will be a bit disappointed with that, because no matter where he finishes up, that just will spoil his race with those 9 seconds additional added on to his race. Rock Robes is now out in his wet setup. He's in the Mercedes. Those blue rims on the tyres look very well against the nice silvery blue colour in the background. That's about the only thing this car's doing at the moment. It's matching. But he's just putting in a very slow lap here. Unfortunately, that's what the wet tyres do when you're driving them on the dry. So it's all going to pan out very soon when these three guys at the top jump on to their soft compound tyres. And it'll be very, very interesting to see where everybody then comes out on the track. These lads still battling for this position. DVA in the lead now. He's got Smithy in the Aston behind him, with Cafe right behind him in the McLaren. So a nice little battle of three going on here as they go round these swirly S's. You can either get those totally wrong, or you can gather up a lot of pace around there. And it looks like the lad driving the Racing Bull, who is DVA, made those turns really work for him there. O'Connor's in the pits. And Connor's going to stick on these wet tyres. Smithy gets a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings. Oh no, Connor's going on the hards. Interesting. So when are the soft tyre, or when are the wet tyres going to go on for Connor? Interesting one. If I had to guess, he's going to do 6 or 7 laps maybe on the hards. Then he'll go in and he'll put on a set of wets. And then is he going to end the race 2 or 3 laps on softs? I don't know. Never done this format before. This is a learning curve for me. But on McAfee. Great little battle going on here between these three. Lap 11 of 20, just 9 laps remaining. Pounder Rangers just put on the wet compounds. Really interested to see what Connor is doing. Alma Cristo. Oh, Pounder's getting a great toe on those wet tires. That's really going to help his situation. That's a seriously good situation he's found himself in. Tactically, that was brilliant. So that's his full lap done. He will be pitting after this, and that will be his stint done. So I have a feeling Pounder Ranger just could be in a very, very good situation here. And I would nearly go as far as saying right now he might be just favourite to win this race. Almost Smithy. The battle continues. DVA's holding them out at the moment. Then we've got Smithy in the Aston, and then we've got Caffey in this McLaren, who's just stalking them from behind. But they're putting in really fast laps together, and again, that might work out very well for them. So all sorts of little battles and all sorts of little strategies going on here. And I'm really have lost track of where everybody is. I know that some of them have definitely made the tyre change. Let's have a look at the stops again. One stop has been made by Connor, and he's the guy that I'm mostly interested in. He's out front now, and he's going to try and sprint off and get a really good gap before he goes in and puts those wet tyres on. Pounder Ranger. I don't normally mark what about you. Just the lads that I do commentary for on a Monday night are having a bit of a Joker race. I have a funeral to go to in the morning, so I decided to come up and stay in my normal house tonight. So I brought my PlayStation with me and I just jumped on to do commentary for these lads. This is a bit of a Joker race they're having tonight. I've never done this format before. And what they do is they insist that you use wet tyres for 1 lap or 2 laps, I think. So I'm just killing a bit of time really tonight and giving the guys a little bit of coverage. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. I saw your message earlier, thinking of getting a PC. I'm also very much thinking of that myself. Pretty pricey though. But sure, you're only alive once. Connor gets a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings. So he will definitely not be happy with that. And that could really deter him. Let's see if Pounder's going to go into the pits here. Yes, he is. So he's done his stint. Yeah, I've been pricing them up too, buddy, and that's about where it needs to be to get yourself something not so much good, but more future-proof. A lot of the guys I've been speaking to on this subject says, you know, just year in, year out, they're always updating. But if you spend in around that 2K mark, you can sort of way future-proof it for about 5 years anyway. So yeah, I'm definitely going down that route, probably in around about October, November, whenever I get back home. I've got a PC, but it's not a good one. It runs games okay, but I do want to get something really, really tight, you know. Almost Smithy. All separated, and this is the battle. This is the only battle on the track at the moment, but Pounder Ranger is now coming into his own on those soft tires. He's the guy that I thought had made the right strategy move tonight, and I'm just waiting to see where Connor is going to do this stop, because as far as I'm aware, I have had a lot of distractions tonight with phone calls and things like that, but as far as I'm aware, Connor, he is the well, he's known to be the fastest guy about. He's the league winner on a Monday night. He is leading that league, but right now he still hasn't made a stop for his wet tires. Not that I know of anyway, unless I missed it. DVA gets a 3-second penalty there for multiple track warnings. I'm just going to keep an eye. I'll keep those tires up. But here's your battle. On the Pounder, he is definitely trying to make a move here. You can see clearly that he has a bit of pace on those soft tires. Ah, yeah. Nice inside move there. He should hold that corner. He does, and he just gets the nose in front of that Aston Pounder Ranger up into 5th place. Yeah, I don't think a laptop, although it'll be a good job, you know, if you're going to run your PC, drive with it, or do your streams through your PC, you can use your laptop as a monitor. It'll not go to any, it'll still be very useful, I would have thought. Good wee battle going on here. So Connor is 11.8 seconds ahead, and I think he's going to jump in. Is he going to do the last lap, or the last 2 laps? Is he going to jump in on lap 18 and put on the wet tires? This should be interesting. This should be fun. But right now, this is where the little battles are, just right here. Lap 17 of 20. Again, guys, anybody watching back, sorry for the pretty disjointed commentary tonight. As I said, I was just jumping on for a bit of fun tonight and giving the guys a little bit of coverage in this Joker race, but my eye hasn't been on the ball tonight. As I say, I have a few phone calls going on, and those have to take priority. But at least you got a little bit of coverage in the race, and we can see now that Connor is going to have to get into those pits. I'm going to ride on board with him. Let's keep a close eye. Has he pulled enough away to get in and out of those pits and still hold the lead. My prediction for the win was Pounder Ranger, but I'm not too sure if that's going to work out now. Oh, DVA has DNF'd. What has happened there? We've got a caution. Just looking for damage. No damage on those two cars. No damage on Pounder's car. Is Chicane limping? No, he's going okay. No damage in the front of that either. Yeah. He needs to get in. There he goes now. So in he goes. Unfortunately, I do not think Connor is going to win this race tonight. I'm very used to saying, Connor, well done on your win. He has won the last 3 races that I've done commentary on a Monday evening. He done the treble there last week. Oh, I didn't realise Christo had the pit as well. So Pounder Ranger is the one to watch here. I think he might have done it actually. Again, apologies for not being on this race the way I'm normally on it. As I say, I'm watching phone calls. I'm sending texts back to people about the funeral tomorrow. And at least, as I said, we're getting a little bit of coverage here. Lap 19 of 20. It looks like Connor's going to walk this. Pounder Ranger is shaping up nicely to get a P2 here. Thanks, Mark. Thanks very much indeed. Must get a game of golf with you all soon. I really miss the golf. It's always good fun. Okay, P2, Pounder Ranger, final lap, lap 20. And this young lad, Connor, has done it again tonight. He got the strategy right. Gavin Bass was not on the ball whatsoever tonight. But as I say, all I can do is apologise, and at least you've something to watch back. But a massive well done to Connor. He secures first place. And the guy that I was tipping for the race, Pounder Ranger, is now in a very secure second place. What are the penalties, just by the way? No, neither have I, Mark. I've really got out of the swing of the golf, as the pun goes. Pounder gets a penalty as well. He was running clean there. But yes, let's have a look. We'll follow these guys home and we'll take them over the line as they come in. DVA, DNF, G-Man disqualified. He didn't get off the grid. But here comes your race leader this evening in Austin, Texas. And that is your one and only Connor, the guy that keeps me on my toes, gives me lots of banter about my old age and being a slow driver. Well, I am very slow compared to this guy. But I'm coming good. I'm coming good. P1, Connor, give us a wiggle. Go on, stop your nonsense. Get over the line. Give us a wiggle. There you go. Here comes Pounder Ranger. He's going to do the same. He just, oh my God. Yeah, I'm really selling this stream tonight. If I'm ever advertising for a job, I'm certainly not. Look at that there. Oh my God. Cut, 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 cut. Oh, lads. Unbelievable fun. Well done. I must admit, that's an interesting strategy. And look forward to doing that again sometime. The next time, I think I'll maybe jump onto the rig and enjoy that. That looks like a lot of fun. That really, really does. Anyway, there is your race winner, Connor. Connor is the fastest lap. Connor is the driver of the day. The most overtakes is Christo, and Lovely Calf gets the cleanest driver. So yeah, a bit of fun. Not the best night for me in the world for commentary. As I said, I was very distracted tonight, lads. Apologies, but at least you've something to watch back. Not really an awful lot went on in that race. A couple of wee small incidents, a couple of funny bits there at the end. I must say, I really, really enjoyed those funny bits. And I'm Gavin Bass 1, and this was a Thursday night social stroke Joker race at Austin, Texas. Let's just see exactly what the positions were. There was Connor was your winner, Pounder second, Lovely Calves third, Rock Robs fourth, Smithy fifth, Christo was sixth, Chicane, who forgot his setup in seventh, DVA banged it out, and G-Man didn't get off the grid. So, as always, guys, wishing you a very pleasant rest of the week. And I really look forward to seeing you all again on Monday night. I'm Gavin Bass 1. This was Chicane Racing League. And I will speak to you all very soon. Mad Mark, love you to bits. Speak to you soon.
Top step, they'll answer the call. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, the champion's moment is finally sighted. Adrenaline pumping, the crowd is alive. Speeding through corners, they take the dive. Every lap counts, the stakes are set. In this game of skill, there's no room for regret. Listen closely, hear the engine scream. Chasing glory, living the dream. Battles unfold on the asphalt track. In pursuit of victory, there's no turning back. Feel the thrill as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, everything feels right. Each curve a story, each turn a chance. In this high-speed dance, we all advance. As the checkered flag waves, the night concludes. The champion shines in the spotlight's hues. With the roar of the fans, they take their bow. F1 Saturday night, see you next time. Wow!